Today I'm going to show you how you can take a common plant that you'll find along the road, place it in a tea, and you'll feel a whole lot better when you're down with a cold. Hi, my name's Jeremy, and today we're joining my wife Tina in the kitchen as we look at a simple recipe that uses a plant called mullein. It's a plant you've no doubt seen along the road before, but didn't perhaps know that when you place it in a tea, it makes you feel a whole lot better when you have a cold or sniffles or a sore throat. So let's join Tina in the kitchen to learn more.
Hello, welcome to our kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Mullen tea. And when my boys are sick, that's one of the first things they want is Mullen tea. Whether they have a cold or a cough, they like Mullen tea. I think they like it just because it tastes good too, but it also soothes the whole respiratory tract. It's an antispasmodic and an expectorant, so it works really nice for when you have a cough or a cold, any area of the respiratory tract. This tea is great for doing that. Mullein is a fuzzy, velvety plant, and it is not hard to find really because there's very few that are this velvety. It grows up tall, and the yellow leaves on top can be used to make like something to go in your ear if you have an earache. But we're not doing that today. There are other uses for mullein as well. Some people say it makes a good toilet paper. That's what I've read. It also can be used as a poultice on burns as well as hemorrhoids. To do that, you have to boil some milk, is what they say. I think water would probably work as well, but you just boil it. Afterwards, you just fold it up and use it as a poultice or wherever you're going to put it. So today we're going to, I've already picked the mullein. The boys helped me. We're going to turn on the water. I've got this water filled up to about here. It's probably 8 to 10 cups of water. What I'm going to start out with is putting in some strawberries. I'm not measuring this amount. I actually often use mixed fruit, but I don't have that today, so I'm just putting in frozen strawberries. They're getting vitamins as well with this, but the main reason is just to make it taste good. So I'm putting in some strawberries, and I'm going to boil that, and I'm just putting in a couple handfuls. So that gives it a good flavor. So I'm going to boil that until it loses its color, because I want the flavor of the strawberries to be in the liquid, because I'm going to strain it later. So we'll just bring that to a boil right now. I'm also going to put in some ginger. I went ahead and peeled quite a bit of ginger here, but ginger is very anti-inflammatory. Ginger, if you happen to have arthritic knees, they actually did double-blind studies on ginger, and it actually measurably decreased the swelling in arthritic knees. They switched the control and had the same result. Ginger is very anti-inflammatory, which is when you have a cold or anything in the respiratory tract, you're going to want things that help with inflammation. So ginger is something I like to put in it. I think it also gives it a good flavor. So I went ahead and peeled it, and now I'm just gonna cut it into a few pieces, add it to the water so its properties can be added, and it'll be like a ginger tea also. Oh, that didn't go too well. Okay, so I've got my strawberries in here. They can come to a boil, and until that's done, we'll come back in just a moment. Okay, so we have boiled the strawberries and the ginger, and it boiled well, so we're going to, it boiled actually for a little bit. Now we're going to add the mullein. We're going to steep that by letting it sit for about 30 minutes. We're going to let that steep by just letting that sit in the hot water that's just been turned off from being boiled, and that will hopefully put its properties into the water without killing what we're trying to get from the mullein. So we will come back in about 30 minutes and strain it, put in some honey and lemon juice, and that'll be our tea. Okay, so our our tea is pretty much ready. It's steeped, it's ready to go. So I'm going to pour it into through this strainer. You can use a cheesecloth even. I like to strain out the extra stuff, but I like to use a small strainer because the small strainer kind of helps with the fuzzy stuff that's on the mullein. It can be kind of hairy a little bit. So I just go ahead and pour that out through a strainer that won't have that. Okay, there's more here. It smells really good. It smells like strawberries, so instead of doing the mixed fruit like I normally do, maybe I'll start doing strawberries. This smells wonderful. Okay, let that strain out the last little bit. Now we're just going to add some lemon juice. I don't ever measure it. You can use a few squeezes or you can use more. This time I just poured what I had into a cup and it turned out to be 1/4 of a cup. So that's what I'm pouring in here. You can make it more or less, but lemon is great when you are dealing with respiratory ailments, and so is honey. So I'm going to pour some of this. I am not measuring it because it's to taste. It's whatever you would like. If you think it needs a little more to be a little bit more sweet, that's up to you. So this is honey from our place, and really the reason I like to let it steep for a while and then add the honey is because I want the properties of the honey. It's good for your immune system. I want it as close to raw as possible. Since it's still quite warm, the honey dissolves very easily. So that's pretty much ready. And the boys will be thrilled to have that even though they're not sick right now. They love it just to enjoy. So I'm gonna try it, make sure I got the honey right. I think it needs a little more honey. Don't be afraid to make it your own. If you want to try maple syrup, you could try that. I just think honey's a little bit better because it actually can even, I've heard, help with colds and flus. So I guess that's why they put lemon in cough drops and honey in cough drops. So makes it taste good as well. So, and honey is something we happen to have for sure. I think it could have used a little less lemon. Perfect. So if I had used a little less lemon, I think it wouldn't have needed as much honey. So I like having the lemon in it, and it turned out good, so I'm happy. Now you know about Mullen. Hope you can enjoy some Mullen tea. Next time your kids get sick or you get sick, go ahead and make some. Something you might want to do is when you see a mullein plant, go ahead and pick its leaves. Come in, wash the leaves. I had washed this before we started. Wash off any debris and dirt and dry it. You can just lay it out on the countertop. It dries quite easily, and then you'll have it for whenever you do need it, because chances are you won't feel like going and picking it. So thank you and enjoy.
You may not be too sure about this one, but I'm going to challenge you. Go and find some mullein, try the recipe, and see if you don't enjoy it. And then when you have a cold, sore throat, sniffles, congestion, give it a try and see if it doesn't kind of help you, make you feel a little better. I hope it does. And if you have a good experience, or even if you don't, leave a comment in the comment section below and let us know what your experience was. If you enjoyed today's program, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit that bell icon if you'd like to be notified of future releases, and I hope we'll see you next time as together we explore greener pastures.